Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, the series about trying indie games that has been resurrected anew for another fortnight. And appropriately enough, the first game I streamed was I Am Jesus Christ. Whee, look at me go.
Jesus got hops. Jesus got a shadow. You could see Jesus's lower torso. That's always exciting in a first-person game. Jesus. Well, that's not Jesus. The other one.
Man, Joseph is the original cuck. I'll be honest, I thought this would be more amusing than it was. There seems to be a minor trend for Jesus games on Steam at the moment, probably spurred by the pre-rendered trailer that was released to announce this very game, and everyone trying to jump on that publicity, before any right-wing media outlets start getting excited about the Gen Z religious revival.
Wait, but isn't AD after death? What does AD stand for?
It stands for Anno Domini. It's Latin.
Get the fuck out of here. Is it not after death?
No.
I mean, that's fine. I don't go to church. I'm fine with all the dumb stuff I don't know.
I don't go to church. I know what Anno Domini means.
Yeah, you just like bragging that you know a little bit of Latin.
I Am Jesus Christ is a first-person game in which we play through an interactive version of the life of Christ as described in the New Testament, starting with his baptism at the hands of John the Baptist, who I assume had other things going on with his life, and ending with the crucifixion. As you can see, Jesus does the T-1000 run. Oh, it's Detective Jesus.
Are you going to have Jesus vision?
Oh, God,
Christ
I hope
sight?
so. I look tired.
Fucking Cash Patel out here.
What I was hoping for was to have a good laugh at the Christo weirds trying to get through to the kids in the language of video games, and while there was a bit of that, as we're forced into shitty Bible trivia puzzles and awkward mini-games symbolising Jesus resisting the temptations of Satan, most of it was just beelining from map marker to map marker so we could watch dry adaptations of Bible stories. I was kinda hoping to go bug fuck on Roman soldiers and moneylenders with my dual-wielded faith Uzis. I got Jesus vision! I got Jesus vision! I don't think you ever blink. I think your face might just be a static texture.
I didn't come here just for you.
Well, fuck you then. Who was John the Baptist baptizing people in the name of before Jesus was a thing?
He was actually a serial dunker.
We unlock a few magical Jesus powers, but there didn't seem to be much we could do with them in the open world sandbox of the game, and all that's left after that is doing Jesus parkour through an admittedly quite attractive depiction of the ancient Middle Eastern countryside. Okay, I've drowned and been drowned by John the Baptist and gone to heaven, that sneaky bugger. Hey, I've
over. Look at whoa, Jesus! You got unlocked a black hole.
Yeah. Jesus hands.
It's weird to just look down and you're just kind of hanging them up there.
I'm bored of you already. I suppose there's some fun to be had in pointing out the technical missteps, the total awkwardness of the characters as they mouth their assigned dialogue lines and glide around Skyrim style, engaging them in frequent dialogue trees where you don't have any conversation options, during which Jesus appears to be staring at a point 6 inches above their heads. But I don't know, I feel kind of bad pointing that out, like I'm mocking my granddad for not knowing how to type. So let's forget about that and move on to our second game, Cursed Words. I'm continuing my search for the Scrabble-Balatro hybrid that my anagram-loving ass will one day settle down with in joyful marriage. This person looks suspicious.
Yeah, he looks like a little drug dealer. That gives us a nice little goal instead of just staring at the screen.
Yeah.
Slack-jawed like a couple of yokels. Hats.
This one is more of a Boggle-Balatro hybrid, though. You make words by linking connected letters in a 5x5 grid. You come up with the minimum point quota for each level, you win, you buy a couple of upgrades, you move on to the next with a slightly larger point quota, the ever-reliable formula. Cool. Breeze in knee. Words. Those are the things we're trying to come up with. But the game all but states that trying to get by just on coming up with long words is a mugs game for nerds, and that to play the game the way all the cool kids do, you have to use special bonus tiles and whatever the local equivalent of jokers are to create synergies and cheat your way to massive scores. Well, guess what, Cursed Words? I like coming up with long words in Scrabble. It's all the persnickety fiddling about with triple word scores and putting 2-letter words alongside other 2-letter words to activate them twice and all that. That's always been my least favourite part of Scrabble. Why can't I just have an opportunity to show off my impressive vocabulary without also having to do a load of adding up? Don't make too many mouth noises, because Jesse might make a supercut of all the mouth noises I make. Boot. Eat my ass, monkey.
Oh, we're gonna strike this monkey bat down. Feel it.
Yeah, gonna fuck him up.
I think I'm slowly realizing I'm bad at Boggle.
You're bad at Boggle?
Yeah, I'm bog at battle.
Well, I'd hate to seem like I'm asking for the moon on a stick. I did like the way Cursed Words places an emphasis on characters and context, with events being emceed by a pair of faintly suspect pseudo-Muppets, and with a range of pleasingly animated characters to play as and battle against. Sort of reminds me of Peggle. That's what, for me, slightly pushes it ahead of the dry, functional Scrabble Balatro hybrids like Wordplay.
Oh, you were so close to Smelly. We could do Melly.
I can see what level you're operating on. Anime!
Oh my god.
You fucking brightened up when you saw that, didn't you?
I got really excited.
Civ is one of my favourite words. No, it isn't. You're just trying to butter me up. I think I need to see how the gameplay evolves over time. I'm filing Cursed Words under play it a bit more when time permits, and see how far the Muppet hole goes. The next game I played was Windrose, on the strength of its sudden popularity on Steam, and which further drew me in by being about pirates. It's a big ol' open world pirate life simulator that I was hoping would be the thing to fill the niche that Skull and Bones dug for itself and then utterly failed to fill. Stab. What's your go-to pirate expression? I like shiver me timbers. Shiver me timbers. Okay, which character am I again? The one that's winning? Hopefully. Now, I did go into it with some concerns. Firstly, that I would hardly be able to play very much of it inside a 1 hour stream, and secondly, it's touting itself as a survival crafting game on top of everything else. I was afraid the experience would be like most games of its ilk and mainly revolve around punching bushes and collecting bits of wood. Oh no, we're getting inflicted with wibbly wobbly badness.
Oh shit, the
classic-
pirate's bane.
The classic video game trope. Your wound has healed as if it never existed. Oh no, we've absorbed pirate venom. Well, as for the first point, I decided I'd simply report on if I at least felt intrigued enough to continue after the first hour, and as for the second point, I was completely right to be concerned. I proceeded to spend most of the stream gathering bits of wood and struggling with an awkward build menu to craft the inevitable campfire, tent, workbench, or smelter and tailoring station, so I could start slowly working towards the point where I've got some half-decent equipment and aren't getting the shit kicked out of me by level 1 dodos. Well, I've got a crab. Come here. Why don't we just cook on the fire that we've got? Or is that too naive a question? Build a it's just one thing after another with you, isn't it? Windrush, or whatever your name was.
Cotton?
No,
or...
yeah, we have to punch the plants for the fibre to come out.
Of course.
This plant is Blackbeard. Grrr.
Black beard, more like black sheared that twat's head off.
But then, somewhat out of nowhere, after I was 1 or 2 rungs up the tech sophistication ladder, the game went, oh, by the way, you have a boat now. And sure enough, I did. A little sporty one-person number with which to explore the ocean and gather the materials to acquire a bigger boat. Let's put it right on top of the fire, so I burn to death horribly. Oh, I can do that, apparently. Now we have to kill a boar. You're not a boar, you're a dodo. Piss off. Hey!
Oh,
I didn't start this.
oh no, they're ganging up.
Okay.
Did you just...
I died to the dodo. And I'd say it was savvy of Windrose to bring sailing in as early as possible, even if it was only a slim taster of the eventual full-sized sailing ship experience. The water effects were pretty nice, and as I slowly made my way to the next island, I could feel that sense of adventure that I always enjoyed when playing Zelda Wind Waker. Yes, the travel times can be long, but build the atmosphere well enough to give a sense of grand epic scale, and I'll sail for as long as you want, as long as I can have a podcast going in the other window.
It's an alternate timeline where the dodos make the humans go extinct.
Ooh, spicy chicken with sweet potato.
Ooh, yes, dude.
Fucking trees. Getting up in my grill, being all smug. Are you seriously going to make me do this game? Is this seriously as fast as I can go? I can still wave to the fucking doctor. So the answer to my question, do I feel inclined to keep playing it after the first hour, is a fairly uncomplicated yes, actually. So far it seems about as competently made as this sort of thing gets, and it's about pirates, which is an automatic tick. Congratulations, Windrose, you hit minimum standards. And still in a piratey sort of mood, our final game was Demon Tides, a 3D platformer about a tiny adorable demon pirate queen and her crew of misfits, with more than a little of One Piece about them. Apparently this one's a sequel to a previous game called Demon Turf, which I didn't know going in, but Demon Tides certainly felt like a sequel, from the way the tutorial has to introduce 500 different movement mechanics that the main character presumably picked up over the entire course of a previous game. Are we a child or a dwarf? I mean, it doesn't look stuck. Maybe they're just embarrassed about their hairdo. Well, this was a very obligingly laid out shipwreck. Good thing we got the IKEA ship. Everything was flat-packed square wooden panels. So we're a little demon girl, and we're in an open ocean full of scattered platforming challenges with an obligation to collect whatever the local equivalent of Mario stars are, and it's all a bit Hat in Time-esque with a smidge of Hell Pie and Bowser's Fury mingled in.
A twice the homunculi. Maybe one day will homuncula fly.
Well, why can't I glide? I've got wings. Oh, I can well, that doesn't make sense. Why is that the glide? I might have enjoyed the game more if I had played the first one. It certainly goes about itself with a degree of assumed investment on my part, throwing out all sorts of established characters, to say nothing of the glut of movement abilities thrown at us all at once. That could also contribute to how the game feels a touch over-designed, if that makes sense. It has the vibe of something that you can tell the creators were very invested in, which is to their credit, but when I'm not quite meeting the creators' level of enthusiasm, I tend to feel left behind. What's that down there? It is fire, but I am a demon, so surely fire is good.
It's either a weirdly misplaced fire asset.
Fire not good.
Okay, it is.
Oh, wow. Wasn't that Freddy Krueger's fatality in Mortal Kombat 9? I'm feeling like the game's piling too many optional challenges in my path before I'm properly invested in doing them, leaving me groping for the threads of some kind of critical story mission to help me focus. I'm assuming from the way all this text is in block capitals that all these characters are just screaming at the top of their voices. Duh! I'd recognise that barrel anywhere! And it's Ratchet and Clank. And there's a janky feel about the movement, in both the way the physics has a little mini heart attack sometimes while traversing awkward terrain, and the way characters animate during dialogue and cutscenes, which is not quite smooth and natural enough to sit on either of the off-ramps to the uncanny valley. I do not want to take pictures of myself in games. Stop giving me photo modes.
Can't afford a buzz cut? I mean, you can do that for free.
I found a thing. My first collectible.
Yes.
Brings a tear to the eye, doesn't it? Whee! Certain death. Haha, psych. Where's my boat? Is that it? I honestly can't tell.
I know you parked it in the ocean somewhere, so...
Yes, I mean, I didn't park it in the fucking sky. But I don't want to sound too harsh. Final word, give it a chance, you might like it. Blimey, what a fucking lukewarm take to end on. Always the brides and romper, never the bridesmaid and romper, or whatever.
Not just for us. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you get one free Prime sub on Twitch every month. You should use it on someone. If you use it on us, that's great, but just use it on someone.
You ever seen those like original cuts of scenes from Star Wars before they overdubbed Dave Prowse's voice?
Oh, where you can like hear his voice like coming through the helmet? Yeah, it sounds very silly.
Quite funny if you don't mind silly British accents.
Yeah, it'd be funny to watch like an entire
part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Well, I think Ludo shits might be bigger than Toffee.
You don't know how explosive Toffee can get at times. I'm hoping for some Hat in Time goodness.
I love Hand Time.
I know. It's a good game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fucking great game, mate. Big Belly Bulbous, $5, says, Yahtzee, your children like Pokemon and you've played a few recent games. Do you have any favorite designs? We will judge your answers, by the way.
No.